morning, everyone. Derbyverse. My name is Al B, and I am here with Standby Tommy Riggins. And you are watching the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships live from Loveland, Colorado, brought to you by WFTDA TV. Tommy?
This is it. A full season of roller derby has come down to 20 teams, 34 games, 2 tracks. Let's do it.
Absolutely. It's time to play some roller derby, and we're excited about it. This first game is the Tampa Bay All-Stars against the Reservoir Dolls from Emerald City in Oregon. Tampa, of course, in Tampa, Florida.
So good afternoon to our fans on the east, and good morning to our fans on the west. We're kind of in the middle here. Ready to go. 3, 2, 1.
First whistle right on cue, and here we go. Just in time, taking the star for Tampa on the inside. Gets called for a track cut right off the jump.
So lead jam still open, and that is 00 Death Wish.
Death Wish coming back around for her point pass, getting re-engaged with the pack, trying to take advantage of a power jam right off the bat against Tampa, and just in time. That wall of black trying to keep Death Wish at bay. As Death Wish now goes out. Nope, able to stay in. Great job by Death Wish. Forced out on the inside, going to be recycled to the back.
Just in time. Yes.
Just in time now, coming back on the track to re-engage.
Great defense here.
Just in time goes out on, forced out on the inside by the Reservoir Dolls. Great job by Reservoir Dolls keeping. Just in time is a very talented skater.
Indeed.
He had a great Nationals tournament last year in Lincoln, and I'm sure he'll have big things coming in, but that first jam, the Reservoir Dolls did a good job keeping him in bat bay. He came out of the penalty box a little bit rusty, and Reservoir Dolls handled things.
Right, and Tampa with good defense as well, as only 5 points scored, 1 scoring pass on that power jam.
Yeah, you try to keep away from those big money jams. Oh, and there is number 13. That is Psychotic Angel. Psychotic Angel with a great move on the inside. Wow, to get lead jam for the Reservoir Dolls, signaling to her pack. Hammer time coming up in behind, coming in for Tampa. And wow, great move there by Psychotic Angel on the inside of turn number 2.
And only about a quarter of a lap lead here, so see if the jam continues. Looks like they're going for it.
Yeah, Psychotic Angel, I think, showed confidence in her blockers, but Hammer Time with a great move on the outside, and he needed that to kind of bring things back closer. And it is a 14-8 lead for the Reservoir Dolls. 2 jams in.
9-8 on that jam, so Tampa on the board, and Reservoir Dolls only net 1 on that pass, on that jam. Or no, 8-8. Wow. Tie jam.
Yeah, Hammer Time. That's a we certainly wouldn't say this if we were on the venue, but when you played, you referenced it. It was kind of odd that she was letting that go on. Evan Pansa, number 6 for Tampa, takes lead jam. Tampa now with lead jam in jam number 3. It is a 13-8 lead for the Reservoir Dolls. Evan down on the inside. Forearm.
Frecklenator, the jammer for the Emerald City Reservoir Dolls here. And the power jam.
You know, as we've all spent a lot of time getting ready for these tournaments, it was great to see these teams just get it. It's great to just start Derby. You know, we've been planning on it. We've been getting ready for it. It's a great day to be playing Derby. These teams came out with a very, let's just say, strong chance to get started. They certainly got the venue livened up. The fans they're well represented by their fans. Both teams are here in this venue, and it is this facility is just absolutely gorgeous. The Ranch Complex in Loveland, Colorado.
Indeed, we have 2 tracks here, and you can switch anytime you want. The female division on the other side. Oh, track cuts. And Ponza continues.
Ponza came out of the penalty box, and now he is the only jammer left on the track. This one's going to go the full 2. Ponza trying to get back in. And they tied up the game, and I believe that's going to take the lead for Tampa. Yes, sir. 10-point jam for Tampa. Ponza coming out of the box to add 10 points here in this jam. Looked like things, Emerald City was trying to get things to just keep rolling and ride that wave of momentum, as now Evan Ponza coming back around.
Frickelnator back in the game, and there we go.
Number 66, Sugar and Spice, going to the penalty box for Tampa.
Another scoring pass as we hear the whistle. That's how quickly it happens in Junior Derby. Don't blink.
Yeah, coming off of a 13-8 was the lead, was the score before that jam, and then that one was 19-5 in favor of Tampa. But I look for, with these 2 teams and the caliber of these 2 teams, look, once you get to this level, anybody could beat anybody. It's just whether, no matter what sport you're talking about, if you're in the top 20 in college football,
right,
you can pull an upset. And so regardless of the rankings, both of these teams, when you're this good, anything can happen. And both teams are coming in and they're feeling, hey, we got this. Emerald City, like you said, out of Oregon. Hello to everybody out there in Emerald City. The Reservoir Dolls coming in doing their thing. That's Anya Lastnerve. Anya Lastnerve lead jam for Tampa, and Juke Skywalker.
Third of a lap lead, though.
Both teams now back at full strength as Sugar and Spice comes out of the penalty box. Anya Lastnerve calls it off.
What do we have?
Wow. Anya Lastnerve called it off, and it looked like she was calling it off at just the right time. But Juke Skywalker with a great move on the inside, able to get 2 points right at the last minute. Fantastic job by Juke Skywalker. 29-21 Tampa here with 23.5 minutes left to go here in the first half.
3-2 on that one, so good turn there. Yeah, Emerald City Reservoir Dolls, they're ranked 14. They're the number 10 seed this weekend. Tampa Bay Junior Derby at last ranking number 7, and they are the 7 seed. But still, as you said, anything can happen, and we still have lots of Derby to go this weekend. That said, lead jam for the Reservoir Dolls.
I believe that's Psychotic Angel again. Number 13, Psychotic Angel, her second.
Just in time through, and about a half lap. There we go. That one was called off just in time. No pun, of course, intended.
Huh? You got to intend that. You need to take credit for that one. Man, it is, when you look at the hugeness of this event, and to see these teams come together from all over. We have 2 tracks going. We have a female division and an open division. You and I are on the open division this morning.
That's all included in your WFTDA.TV package.
You know, shout out to WFTDA TV. Thanks for them for being here. This is fantastic. When we first were doing this, we were not going to be streamed. And WFTDA wanted to come be the part of the future of our sport. And there is Hammer Time. Hammer Time coming around to trying to come in and add some points for himself. Speaking of Hammer Time, him and the other, we got something really cool we're doing this year. This year, half the games on this first day are going to have junior announcers, and Hammer Time is going to be one of them later on this evening. You will see him. He will be broadcasting here live with another announcer, talking Derby for you in the 8 o'clock game, along with Sugar and Spice. We have 2 more from the female division, and Catman from Philly. He's not even a skater. He is here he's doing 2 games every day. I might talk him into getting more, but his mom is like, I can't work him to death.
He's already wearing a suit, though. He's ready to go.
You know what? That's points for the velvet jacket there, Mr. Catman. We had to get a jacket selfie, me and Catman this morning.
34-25 as Reservoir Dolls haven't had lead jam in a while, but looks like Ponza almost does take lead jam.
Yeah, he took a little bit longer to get through that time, but he also was, the first time he came in a little hot and got hit with the forearm. Wow, Tipsy Terror is just really getting – she bounced through the pack. I mean, great job and was tenacious getting through. But she looked like a pinball going through there. I mean, she was taking hits. Everyone, a great job by that young, talented athlete.
Oh, speaking of WFTDA, we have some very important news coming up following this game on Facebook Live. And that's all I know about it.
That's – well, yes. But you need to stay tuned because there are some Double H and Catman will be here after this first game with some exciting, breaking roller derby news coming up, so stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did.
Yes, you will. Those of you that are particular interest in WFTDA, you need to pay attention after this game. So don't go anywhere.
Do you think they've gotten the hint yet?
Yep. I'm just saying, you better listen. Psychotic Angel, number 13, back as lead jam. I've said that 3 times already today.
And On Your Last Nerve, jamming for Tampa, I believe that is.
Yes, it is.
Through, and we have a race, looking for some direction there. And that will do it.
19 and a half minutes left to go here in the first half. 38-30, 8-point lead for Tampa over the Reservoir Dolls from Emerald City. Emerald City in Oregon. I'm digging the Reservoir Dolls, but it's hard for. I keep expecting to look out and see green, because to me, if you're going to be from Emerald City, you just think green. But
right, they're taking it the other direction with the tie and the splatter there on the jerseys.
Very nice, I might add. I love this. One of the coolest jerseys I've seen.
7-11, Frecklenator back out with the lead jam.
Frecklenator, we've been saying that name quite a bit already here in the first half. Just in time, circling now, coming back around the pack. Ready to re-engage, and Psychotic Angel still trying to work through. The coach is wanting her to call it. Jam is called. Looks like Justin Steele scored 2 points. 4 points for Reservoir. So there's a total of 3 points on that jam for Tampa. So 4-3 advantage for Reservoir Dolls in that jam, but it is a 41-34 lead. 18 minutes and 15 seconds left to go here in the first period.
We are right behind the Reservoir Dolls bench, and the call it was pretty much at Chuck Best level there.
Yes.
Evan Ponza through with lead.
That's Hammer Time, number 21.
Or excuse me, yes.
Hammer Time. He has, he is a very talented athlete, and I am from Tampa, so I am pretty familiar with a lot of these guys, these skaters.
Good.
But he has come up so much, and this season he is it's like leaps and bounds, and it's like all these skaters, they train hard, and to see the difference in some of the skater styles that you're going to see. I remember seeing some of them I haven't seen in a year, so it's really great to watch these athletes improve each and every year as they come back.
And for you to say that, and I, not that we're going to say that a junior skater has reached their peak, but good grief, last time I saw Hammer Time, I thought, man, now you're saying he's improved.
Yeah, he's they all do. There's a couple, like for California, I saw some of them out, and I hadn't seen them in a year. And if you pay particularly attention to Love Tap when you see him later,
of course.
He was a beast last year, but he has lost, I don't know, 20 or 30, 40 pounds
at least.
And he's gained it all back in muscle. He is just cut. And I saw him skate in Tampa a few months ago when they came to visit. He is really impressive. So a lot of great skaters. If you know somebody that's a Derby fan and they're not already watching me, it is your friendly duty to reach out to your friend and say, look, for $20, you can watch all this great derby action. The future of roller derby is here, and it is now, right here at the JRDA Championships in Loveland.
Indeed, and we are just getting started. Of course, 34 games being played, one across from us behind us, and one here, but constant action 3 days. And here we go again. By the way, on social media, if you're talking Derby, and I'm sure you have already started, you want to use the hashtag #TalkToJRDA. You might have heard that before. Talk the number 2 JRDA. And by the way, JRDA on Twitter is JRDA_rocks.
Absolutely. Make sure you use that hashtag when you talk, and we'll get any feedback you give us. Talk to JRDA. Evan Ponza now. Big time move on the inside. High stepping on the inside as Psychotic Angel coming back to the pack, re-engages. Down on the inside, the jam is called off.
Good inside track awareness there and able to call it off in time.
Yeah, it's these junior athletes, they are just, they're amazing to watch. And if you don't think that they are the future of roller derby, imagine this. Most of the teams, most of you WFTDA skaters that have been out there now, and when you started your league, you were lucky to have people with roller skating experience, let alone roller derby experience. Now, when you get coming out of the junior program, your QK, your new skaters are going to have 6, 8, 10 years of experience, sometimes of roller derby experience. As Anya Last Nerve and number 2612, that is Scooby Smack. Scooby Smack, very prevalent in last year's nationals as well.
And soon we'll be joining the men's ranks as lead jam now.
You know I had to do that.
Uh-huh. Zoinks!
Oh, I love it. Wow, what a great move by Scooby Smack now, taking lead jam. On your last nerve, circling around, trying to get involved. But Emerald City's trying to get Scooby to just pick it up and let's go on to take advantage of the situation you're in. Now calls off the jam as Anya Lastnerve was ready to re-engage for her point pass.
Good last block there by Peaches and Screams for Tampa, pretty much forcing the call off. In time, once again, 6 points for the Reservoir Dolls. Only halfway through the first half, a quarter way through the game, 14-point game still.
Yeah, see, 14 points in a game of this at this level is really nothing. I mean, you've seen both of these teams put off double-digit jams, so it's still anybody's bout right here in the first as Frecklenator and Just in Time go out. At Frecklenator's now getting stuck in that wall of black, and Just in Time breaks through, takes lead jam status for Tampa. 54-40, 14-point lead for Tampa. Frecklenator now still powering through that wall of black. Able to get through, coming back around now, and Just in Time re-engaging, trying to get some points on the board.
Muscle on both sides on their respective pass, the first pass.
Man, how can you watch these athletes and not just be in awe of their ability, of their strength, of their keep in mind now it's going to be for all teams, but a couple of things that they're not always used to is, first of all, this track is super slick.
Right.
It's polished concrete. It is slick. I mean, I believe when I was first told about it, it was slick when they listed. So it's a slick track, and not only that, the altitude difference for a lot of these teams could come into play as we're doing 3 days of all this derby action. Hammer Time on the inside for Tampa. Wow, what a move. Going on the inside hard, and that Psychotic Angel still fighting through. I am so impressed with her. Hammer Time. Go ahead.
Apex. That's all I got.
Wow, happened right in front of us. An Apex jump by Hammer Time coming through, take advantage of the situation. He's going to come back in, and now Evan Ponza takes the star for Tampa. And number 16, Juke Skywalker. This should be something. Juke Skywalker with that Apex jump on the inside the last jam to be able to get 2 points when really there was no points there. He definitely created those points.
Let's see.
Juke Skywalker and Evan Ponza going to work. Both of them when they're look at the walls and the three walls of these teams that are just great. They're so well coached. They work so hard. Both of these teams, as with most of the teams that are here, I'm sure you'll notice.
Ponza now lapped Juke Skywalker. There's an apex jump right when it counts, though, finishing that initial pass.
It almost wasn't an apex jump. He jumped right towards the end. He was just about on the straightaway. Wow. The agility and the...
Coach Rojo saying go for it, and there we go. 8 points total to show for it.
Tampa on a little bit of a run here as now they opened up. It was 14 points. Now it's up to 30-point lead, 70-40 for Tampa over the Reservoir Dogs. 8 points on that jam. 11:44 left to go here in the first half. We're on jam number 15 here at the JRDA Championships in Loveland at the Ranch.
Frecklenator jamming. I do see her for the Reservoir Dolls.
Anya Lasnerv for Tampa.
Caught by the pivot, Scooby Smack.
That's certainly an understandable.
There's probably one anyway. Do you think they wanted her to call it? Crowd on their feet for game number 1 of quite the weekend we have.
I love sitting right here behind the benches, and then of course I believe they'll switch, so we'll get a chance to look at both teams.
Right.
But to listen to these coaches and how they interact with their team. I know Tampa's on the other side right now, but they're super. Look, Rojo Grande and Lauren Kill. Ooh.
Oh man.
Forearm.
Just when you think you have it, and then you get that whistle. No, it wasn't 2 whistles. It was 1. Number 13, Psychotic Angel. Now with the power jam. Stopped twice.
Sugar and Spice came through and stopped her the first time, and then Psychotic Angel, and that was, Tinker Bomb. Wow. Psychotic Angel tried 2 moves on the inside, got turned around both times.
Jammer standing.
Just in time now coming out of the penalty box along with Hot Wheels.
Through on the outside.
Yeah, usually when he comes out of the box, he comes out with a little bit of a chip, saying he did, not at anybody, because he gets upset with himself, and he comes back and he gets laser focused, and he's going to get back through and try to make up. He's pretty hard on himself. He's a very talented dude, but he gets hard on himself sometimes.
Spins through, and that's 5, the first 5. The first pass being the completion of the initial pass.
78-40, 8 minutes and 50 seconds left to go here in the first half. Reservoir Dolls have number 14. That is Gory Hallelujah going to the penalty box, as well as number 113, Block and Roll. Reservoir Dolls not needing to. That's not what they need now, because both of these teams, they were pretty close for most of this half.
Right.
And right now, whether it's the penalties or whatever, right now, Reservoir Dolls need to put the brakes on it a little bit. Try to stop the momentum of Tampa.
14 points, and that was after spending 30 seconds in the box.
Yes. He certainly came out of the box with something to prove that time. Hammer time now going to the jammer line for Tampa. For the Reservoir Dolls, it will be, I lost it.
Timeout anyway.
That's 00 Death Wish, of course. We do have a timeout on the track. Make sure you are communicating anything you want to say to talk to JRDA with any hashtags on social media. Womp womp.
That's right. You can reach out, of course, to the JRDA anytime on Twitter using the handle @JRDA_rocks. And yes, the hashtag to communicate all things this weekend, talk to the number 2 JRDA. We'll try to answer some of your questions as we progress this weekend. Here at the 2017 Junior Roller Derby Championships, live from Loveland, Colorado, brought to you by WFTDA.TV. And we're happy about that.
Oh, yeah, special thanks to WFTDA TV for coming out. Without WFTDA, y'all would not get to see my smiling face for the next 3 days.
I produced the first championship, but it was all in post. The parents and skaters were all like, where is it? Where is it? I have to edit it first. Let me get home first. Anyway, back to action.
Wow, hammer time with a big step on the outside. Death Wish now going into that wall of black, and that is complicated. Honey Badger, Triple Check Tiny, and Peaches and Screams, and they are just doing a great job. The Reservoir Dolls jammers came out and were matching the jammers for Tampa just point for point for a long time. But right now, the blockers of Tampa seem to be the difference in the game right now. The jammers are still doing what they were doing, but the Tampa wall is just really – oh, and there is a track cut for Hammer Time. He's going to the penalty box. Not real thrilled about it. Gory Gory Hallelujah for the Reservoir Dolls is coming out. And now let's see if the Reservoir Dolls can take advantage of this 30 seconds to get some more points. 93-44, 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the first half.
Hammer Time wanted to call off the jam, was gesturing to call off the jam, but was called on the track cut first. So definite frustration there, but already standing and ready to pick up right where he left off soon. 00 Death Wish just being set upon by the Tampa blockers, as you pointed out. Looking for some star pass action. First time we've seen it today. Number 16 with the star, Juice Skywalker, stays in. 23 seconds to go. There we go. That's an official apex jump for you.
Juke Skywalker, wow. Very powerful man. Hammer Time now coming back through, re-engaging with that wall of white.
Okay, we'll wait on the official math to take place here. 15-13, net 2 for Tampa that time, but Reservoir Dolls still looking good. As Lenny Kravitz once said, it ain't over till it's over.
Oh, no, the Reservoir Dolls, look, they were so strong in the beginning, and they still are doing a lot of things right. It's just right now it's, for whatever reason, Tampa is really taking advantage of the momentum. And they're doing what good teams have to do. When you get a team down, you have to take advantage of it. And you know what? If the Reservoir Dolls turn around and they start getting momentum in their way, they are going to try to keep Tampa down and keep the momentum going that way. That's how you get turned 5 points into 15 points.
Ponza with lead. Frecklenator pushing, but Ponza through, and that is 5. Number 9, Hot Wheels headed to the box for Tampa.
Evan Ponza once again coming through for the horn. Evan, speaking of Hot Wheels, that is Evan's sister. That is their brother and sisters.
Right.
And they are actually the son and daughter of Tampa legend Rojo Grande, who is the coach, one of the coaches for Tampa Junior Roller Derby, along with Lauren Kill. How's that for some high big name skaters on your benches coaching?
Indeed.
When you're coached by Rojo Grande and Lauren Kill, come on.
Practically the definition of Tampa Roller Derby right here, and the future of Tampa Roller Derby, as in the future of their all-star team. But yes, Evan Ponza about to age out, as they say. Bramlett as well, Hammer Time, Just in Time, Sugar and Spice, wow, and Nesquik all looking to join the adult ranks pretty soon.
Hammer Time once again coming through. I can't wait till you guys, speaking of Hammer Time, I can't wait till y'all hear him tonight at 8 o'clock when he's broadcasting, because we had a doubleheader last weekend in Tampa, and he said, well, if I'm going to do this, can I come and sit in with you on a game? And he came in, and for the first part, he was a little nervous, and I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if but man, wait till you guys hear this man talk about roller derby. Great job. It is going to be fantastic. And you guys, if y'all know some skaters out there that are here this weekend and you say, hey, you need to go announce the derby, you tell them to come see Al B, and we'll see if we can't get them a game in later on in the weekend. Not today, but certainly maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Frecklenator shut out of that jam, unfortunately. Yeah, we are, Hammer Time and I, we are penciled in to work together tonight, so definitely looking forward to that.
That's going to be an interesting call. It's going to be a great bout as well. All the bouts on if you look ahead at the schedule, man, there's so many great matchups coming up. The winner of this game will play Diamond City at 4 o'clock. That is going to be, and it certainly we cannot count the chickens before we got a lot of derby left. But
some potential dream matches to be had that are not on the bracket quite yet.
The game of the tournament last year was Tampa Diamond City, and if that matchup presents itself again at 4 o'clock, I'm really excited to see that if it happens.
Scooby Smack imploring his teammates to move ahead, play offense.
But the Reservoir Dolls, I'm sure, are going to have plenty to say about that. There's plenty of time to get a lot of stuff done, and it's right now things are going Tampa's way, but you've seen momentum is a cruel thing sometimes, and it can be used for you or against you. So do not count anybody out in this sport, especially at this level of this sport.
Indeed, when the clock runs out and you take that break, stranger things have happened in the second half. Witness the New Jack City Rollers and Atlanta Roller Girls Dirty South. That was an upset, and that all happened in the second half.
Yeah, we've seen teams come back from, in our home league, we had, Switchblade Sisters last year came back from 70-something points and came back to win the game at the end. It was just like, how in the world did that just happen? So, look, y'all, these are top-tier athletes. Think any other sport. Very few sports where you actually you go somewhere for a weekend and you bring the best of the best in and you let them just let's decide who really is number one.
Indeed. Potentially the final jam of this half. And Just in Time takes lead for it. .33 Skinner jamming for the first time that I can remember. Nope, calling off the jam, and watch the clocks. See if we get another one. At this point, it'll be up. Juke Skywalker called on a forearm. Will be starting the next jam in the penalty box. Box kind of, let's see, we have 2 for the Reservoir Dolls and 1 for Tampa. If somebody wants to call a timeout, maybe. Bueller.
I think they're trying to ride it out. See, this first half has been kind of a tale of two games when you think about it, tale of first bouts. The first half of this half was kind of a slugfest back and forth between each jammer. One jammer would come out and the next jammer would answer, and it would come back. And then towards the second half of the first half, the second half of the first half, the Tampa blockers were able to start to get gelled a little bit. But I look for the Reservoir Dogs to come back in the second half and do some great things. What's your take?
Indeed, as you said, and now officially halftime. As you said, it's just starting. Still anybody's game. More points have been scored in the second half on a lot of these games than what you might think, and this will decide who goes ahead. We've got the 7 seed and the 10 seed, and they will meet. They'll have quite a road ahead of them, we'll put it that way. But either way, just beginning with this Derby action, JRDA Championship Tournament here in Loveland, Colorado.
We're going to take a quick break. Be back for the second half in just a few minutes. We got to grab something to drink and be ready for the second half. You guys do the same thing, but don't miss a minute of the action. Make sure and stay tuned. Don't go too far away, because after this game, remember, there's going to be big news from WFTDA right here, breaking on Facebook Live from the ranch in Loveland, Colorado. We'll be back for the second half right after this. We are back for the second half of action in Game 1 of the 2017 JRDA Championships here at the Ranch Complex in beautiful Loveland, Colorado. I am Al B. here with standby Tommy Riggins.
Glad to be here, as 5 seconds to go.
There's the whistle to start right in the second half. We're going right back into Derby action. It looks like Hammer Time and Psychotic Angel will be your jammers for the first jam of the second half.
The pivot had to yield momentarily. Positioning issue there, and lead jam. Well, nope, we have a race already.
.131.72 to start off here in the second half.
As we were saying, not an insurmountable lead at all. So anything can happen, and
it usually does.
Yeah. Tampa, though, hey, 4-point pass, and wisely calling that one off. Well, a little
maybe
late,
sort of, kind of.
3-2, actually. 3-2 the call there. Tampa ahead. 135.76 and net 1 on that pass. Again, the hashtag #Talk2, the number 2, JRDA. Scott Vieira saying good luck to all the teams at JRDA Champs. Thank you, Coach Scott. And Chaos Theory pointing out Hammer Time finally comfortable with the floor. We talked about how slick the floor was. Just in time, call on a forearm, though. Not lead jammer.
Just in time, definitely getting bit by the penalty bug here to start off both the first half and the second half. The first jam of both halves, he was sent to the box.
7-11, Frecklenator, Downer, Cossacks able to recover and take lead jam for this one. Earn lead jam for this one.
The teams have been switched, so now we are right behind the Tampa bench. Coach Rojo and Lauren Kill talking to their teams.
Through and calling it off, so this will be a power start for the Reservoir Dolls. Good awareness there. Nick says his girlfriend is playing in Champs, and I am screaming. That is, again, hashtag #TalkToJRDA. And Danny Lynn Rydell says, let's go Tampa, I love you. With exclamation points. I can't yell here. I'd blow out your speakers.
Oh, that's so sweet. Such warm fuzzies in the Derby verse.
Go for it. Hashtag #Talk2, the number 2, JRDA. Both jammers on the track.
Number 26-12, Scooby Smack back in play for the Reservoir Dolls. Just in time for Tampa. Scooby Smack taking lead jam.
And Scooby Smack will be progressing to Lane County Concussion Men's Roller Derby soon, so watch out. Calling it off in time, 4 points. The winner of this game will face the Diamond City Miners at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you're filling out your brackets at home, make note of that. The Diamond City Miners will meet the winner of this game, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. Right here on WFTDA.tv. Promo voice done, and here's Al B.
Here we go. Back to that is Evan Ponza now for Tampa coming through. Number 16, Juke Skywalker for the Reservoir Dolls. Ponza gets out, takes lead jam. He comes back around, re-engaging with that wall of white. And once again, it looks like that Tampa 3 wall is just, that's been the difference in the game. About halfway through the first half, something clicked with Tampa's blockers, and they're just really, really, really able to gel in right now.
Indeed, and Frecklenator, last line of defense, actually 2 good blocks, holding up Ponza just a bit. So quarter lap lead and calling it off in time. (2-0) on that pass.
On your last nerve, step into the jammer line.
142-85 the score, by the way, 142-85, 3-2 on that one.
Yeah, I think we had a feed issue, but we're trying to get that worked out to where you can get the scoreboard back again. But
3-2 on one of the passes, if not the last jam, but we know the official score 142-85.
we'll try to do a better job, make sure that until that score comes back up or until they get that worked out, that we will try to more often tell you what the score is, so that those of you out at home, watching at home. Ooh, hard hit on Anya Lasnerv as
track cut by Psychotic Angel. She went for it and thought she had it, and no.
Great job by that wall, the white wall of the Reservoir Dolls. They just really, Anya Lasnerv got hit, took a couple of hard hits trying to fight through that pack and still trying to get through there. Anya Lasnerv coming up through the Tampa junior system.
14, Gory Gory Hallelujah with the last attempt on the booty block, but not to be this time.
She comes from a roller derby family. Anya Patella is her mother, skates for Tampa.
Right.
Her father, Skiesberger, gets to, Skiesberger is was a ref for a long time with Tampa. Now he's, I think he's joining my announce team in Tampa, so that's going to be interesting to.
All right, ever growing.
Yep, there we go. Frico Suave, her little brother, skates for Tampa as well. And there's two more younger that are coming up through, Bean and, I'm sorry, I'm going to get in trouble for that too. I should have not even said any of them. Anya Lasnerv now coming back through, going back into, and all of a sudden the Reservoir wall is really doing a good job.
Indeed.
The problem is the Reservoir Jammer is still facing that Tampa wall. As we get geared up for the next jam.
Good defense, and yeah, we don't have the jam by jam count, but we can tell you the score: 147-85, and we have a timeout here. 147-85, Tampa Bay over the Reservoir Dolls with 23:26 to go. 23 and a half minutes to go.
23 and a half minutes left to go. Like you said, in here in the second half, as both teams get ready for.
We got the thumbs up. Everybody's back. Occupying the pivot line. You see the score? Yes, here we go.
Look at there, we got our scoreboard back. 151-85. 23 minutes and 20 seconds left to go here in the game. Just in time comes out. Lead jam status for Tampa with quickness. However, right on his tail is Death Wish.
Half lap lead reduced to none, and did the call-off happen in time? Appears it did.
Great job by the wall of white, that the blockers for the Reservoir Dolls that time. Able to, just in time, got out quick, and he had more than a half a track on Death Wish, but then their blockers were able to hold him up and to close that gap to where Justin could not take advantage of the initial lead jam status.
Indeed. I think all the butterflies and bats and everything else are out. Track cut, though, by number 33, is Skinner.
Wow, Skinner now going to the jammer line, going to the penalty box early. Rojo waving the green flag for her jammer. That means I don't even want you to think about calling this off. I want you to hurry up and get out of here. Get through there quickly. Hammer Time seeing the green flag, and he's off to the races.
Right, you can't see Rojo from your vantage point, but she does have the color-coded system going on there. I won't give away what it is, but the skaters know. Nice control on the outside. And 33 able to recover. Skinner has completed her initial pass, but nothing happening this time except 2 more points for Tampa on top of the 10 that were already scored. That was an erroneous comma, by the way. That was a shot at you.
Dude, I was off. I didn't even hear you.
Good. Oh, man. Tampa call.
Ponza, that's Evan Ponza going back, immediately going to the penalty box. Juke Skywalker, you do not want to give Juke Skywalker a quick lead jam or power jam. He's already looking at the inside. Is he going to take it? No, he's going back out. High stepping on the outside. Great looks. Just like he was tiptoeing down the sidelines in an NFL or in a football game. Great job. High stepping on the outside of the back straightaway.
Jamer standing, Jamer returning to the track. Stay, nope, caught there. Didn't see if that was a triple check tiny or not, but nonetheless, Tampa Jamer through. $10 points that time, 166-95 now.
That's exactly what Emerald City needs to do. They don't need to try to come in here and make up all these points at one time. All you need to do is outscore your opponent, especially if you can get in there and do the 6, 8, 10 double-digit range, trying to get them back and then calling it off, getting them out very quickly. That way, you don't have to eat it up all at once, but go ahead and try to chip 10, 8, 10, 12 points off at a time. And before you know it, I mean, look, anybody that's counting Reservoir out is not, either doesn't know roller derby or is not paying attention, because they're doing a lot of things right. And if they can swing the momentum on your last nerve, as I say that, on your last nerve with a great 360 move.
Psychotic Angel there to go through.
Ooh.
Calling off the jam, Saints is okay.
Yeah, on your last nerve called off the jam. She said, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But the coaches are still going to come over there and look at her. That was a hard hit. It was a high block as Reservoir Dolls now going to the penalty box. There's 2 in the box.
Nothing egregious, just part of the game.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
Okay, 1 point adjusted. 167-95.
3 skaters in the penalty box, 2 for the Reservoir Dolls, 1 for Tampa right now. Just in time on the outside. Swing and a miss by number 33. That's Skinner, I believe. Yes, it is Skinner. And Death Wish still trying to work through.
Pile up there and the pivot being called out for Tampa.
2 Tampa skaters now going to the penalty box. Honey Badger, and I believe that is Mad is on.
Jamer race, and we have a pivot returning, 7-11, Frecklenator.
So now the track advantage goes to the Reservoir Dolls, as there are 2 Tampa skaters in the bench.
Apex jump and stayed in.
Wow.
Landed that 1 skate, able to recover quickly. So quarter lap lead, if that.
Deathwish doing that apex jump. Landed clean, went down on 1 knee for a second, but come right back up and stayed in, able to take advantage of the being on the track. Now just in time, working his way through, trying to get through.
Another hard block there, and
Death Wish with a star pass.
Right.
Going to number 7-11, the Frecklenator.
Pivot through with the star. Got to put it on.
Those of you out in the Derbyverse, if you can or can't, if you hear the voice in the background, that is Shawarm Agede. Shawarm Agede, she is from DOD in Detroit. She is our house announcer for this bout and most bouts on this track. She's going to be switching over to the other track for the 2 o'clock game because DOD is playing, and I like to get let my volunteers see the game that their kids are in. So. But right now she's ours for this one and the next one and most of the day. Those of you in-house will get to hear the golden tones of Shawarmageddon with Tattoo Barbie on the other side.
All right.
Tattoo Barbie will be going to the feed for the DOD game so that they can both come over there. So we got a lot of exciting action coming up for the next 2.5 more days. Well, 3 days. We're only half a game in. Here I am doing womp womp.
Official review by Tampa. First official review on this track. So hopefully soon we will hear what this is about and who or what is involved.
Yes, the officials, if everything works as planned, I think the officials have their mic out there and they will let us know what happens when it happens. Those of you out that other game, the Crooked River game going on the other track, there was a 2-point difference at the halftime. They're running. Last year we had even odd starts, so when you could turn when we ended this game, you could flip over and watch part of that one until we came back. This year we're both all starting at the same time. We have 10 o'clock on both tracks, 12 o'clock. So every even hour on the hour, we will be having a new game starting, a new bout starting here at Loveland, Colorado. As you see this fans on this track.
And of course, this being Colorado, the times we're quoting are mountain time. So those of you on the East Coast add 2 hours to that. Those of you, of course, on the West Coast subtract 1 hour. So currently here in Loveland, Colorado, it is 11:17, for example. So keeping that in mind, the winner of this game will meet the Diamond City Miners at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, the Diamond City Miners will face the winner of this game at 4 p.m. Mountain Time right here on the open track.
Still have the official review going on.
Okay, so the next game here on this track, if we have seed 8 versus 9, so we should have the Attack Pack versus Philly.
Oh, that's going to be a good one too. Wow, that's going to be so much awesome Derby action.
A lot can be said, and had some communication there, but not on this side of the table.
Right, the officials were talking about it, and now they are re-engaging with both the sets of coaches, the Tampa, who asked for the review, and, all right, hold on. We should get something from the officials now. There you go. They were looking for a charging call, and it was ruled that there will not be a charging, so they do not retain their official review for this game. So it's gone.
Back to live action with 16.5 minutes to go. Both jammers on the track.
I believe it is Hammer Time and Juke Skywalker. Yes, it is Juke Skywalker that's going back. He tried.
Yeah.
Looked like there was going to be some jammer on jammer actions, but nope, now it's a cut. So now a power jam for Tampa and Hammer Time. That's not what Emerald City needs right now. You don't want to hand them a power jam situation. 16 minutes left to go.
And Rojo and Lauren with some kind of a crab dance movement in front of us here. And, of course, the flag is out to continue this jam. No kidding. Have some defense there, drawn back. Jammer returning to play for Emerald City. Still will be on the initial pass. Another Emerald City blocker sent out, actually, the pivot.
Wow, 360 spin move on the inside. Looked like he started to go for the apex jump. Then he did the spin move on the inside, taking advantage of it. Hammer Time really looking good out there in this first bout of the 2017 JRDA Championships here at the Ranch Complex in beautiful Loveland, Colorado.
Just about an hour drive from the Denver airport, those of you who know geography. And a shutout that time. Hammer time, 19 points, 23 points on that jam. And once again, as what Danger Man would say if he were here, exactly what Emerald City does not want at this point in time. 23 unanswered points with, well, 3/4 of the way into the game and a 106-point lead by Tampa. But no matter what happens, Emerald City is not done. More on that in a moment.
Ponza now coming out, takes lead jam for Tampa. And look at, right when I started to say, wow. Triple check, Tiny goes to the penalty box for Tampa.
Psychotic Angel just muscling her way through that wall there in the last pass.
Psychotic Angel is an impressive skater to watch skate. I mean, it's the track awareness and the strength that she shows driving those legs through the pack is just very impressive to watch, as are a lot of these athletes.
Did I say psychotic? There are multiple psychos in this sport, ourselves notwithstanding. But yes, no matter what happens in this game, the team that does not win this game will still continue in the tournament, and they can fight, claw, scratch, skate their way up to a possible 5th place finish. So lots of games still to be played, no matter who wins this one.
And there have been teams, look, when you come out of that first game, even if sometimes you come out and things don't go your way, but you can definitely disrupt the tournament. We were talking about that Tampa Diamond City game last year. Tampa lost the first game to their hometown rivals, the Attack Pack. We came all the way out to Lincoln to play the Attack Pack. The Attack Pack got Tampa. Sorry, didn't mean Gus. But and then Tampa came back with that game against Diamond City to cut into a 30-ish point lead with 2 jams and win by 4 at the end. Anya Last Nerve now lead jam status in a power jam situation for Tampa. 2 Emerald City skaters in the box, including their jammer.
That was a track cut by Frecklenator.
Yes, Frecklenator sitting in the box with a track cut. Anya Last Nerve still working her way through, goes on the inside, calls off the jam.
Power start forthcoming. Good awareness there. Saw Frecklenator standing, calls off the jam. So the jam will begin with only the Tampa jammer on the track.
They're going to put just in time with the star, trying to make sure to take advantage of the power start. And typically I'd say, well, yeah, you certainly want to put just in time on there if you're going to take advantage of a power start. But you know why typical? Because you also have hammer time, Ponza.
True.
Tiny, Anya Last Nerve. So many great jammers in the Tampa rotation. They're definitely jammer strong. Matt is on recycling reservoir jammer Frecklenator back as far as you can. Has to be re-engaged just in time. 4 more points.
Both jammers eligible now.
Frecklenator worked her way back through. So like you said, both can score points. Just in time is going to work his way through. He's probably going to, yep, there he goes. He calls it off. Did he get it quick enough? Nope.
2 points. 2 points for the Reservoir Dolls.
8-2 on that jam. 2:36 to 104. 10 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the first bout of day 1 of the 2017 JRDA Championships here at the ranch in Loveland, Colorado.
And, of course, action this weekend, this stream brought to you by WFTDA.TV. And stay tuned following this game. Facebook Live is where you want to go on Facebook. I'm sure it may be the WFTDA page, if not the JRDA page. Open up both and be ready for a huge announcement, and that's all we can say. Lead jam, much needed lead jam now for Juice Skywalker, but we have a race.
I believe that's going to be on the WFTDA Facebook page, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll check with Double H on that one.
Yeah, I will verify with her. And
Oh, will this huge announcement be on the WFTDA Facebook page? Yes.
yes, it will.
WFTDA on Facebook is where you want to be following this game, and you'll be glad you did.
Listen, WFTDA fans, join Double H and Catman after this game. You want to hear it. So if you don't listen to me now, I tried to tell you. Standby tried to tell you.
We done told you.
To be the latest, to find out the latest action, get on that live Facebook feed for WFTDA and then come right back after that and catch all the action here in Loveland. Evan Ponza, lead jam, being chased down very rapidly by Psychotic Angel.
I believe that was a shutout. Yes. 2-0, 2-0. And if you have any questions as the weekend progresses, of course, you can reach out to us on Twitter using the handle at JRDA_rocks. Yes, that is at JRDA_rocks. And the hashtag talk2, the number 2, JRDA, and talk2 JRDA.
Folks, after you go to WFTDA and listen to the breaking news that'll be happening after game number 1, come right back here and on the open track number 1. It will be myself and Standby one more time, along with Shaw for the house for the Attack Pack and the Philly game. That's going to be amazing.
Indeed.
And then after that, you will see the California Mayhem with River City, and being brought to you by Double H and Catman with Tool Time on the house. Mike?
Death Wish with lead jam, much needed lead jam. If they can hold back number 4, Anya Last Nerve, that did not happen, but enough for one pass perhaps here. Half lap lead now. Two points the hard way. 241-110, 3 points rather. 241-110 with 7.5 minutes to go. Got to get some power jams in there.
Just in time, and I believe it's Death Wish. Nope, it is Frecklenator. And if this is the only complaint you can have, the only thing I don't like about where we're set up is that we cannot see the backs of the jammers on the jammer line.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
Just bear with us. We'll identify them sooner rather than later.
Everything else, we have the best seat in the house, except for those of you out there, because I'm sitting here looking at the same feed you are.
$20 for 34 games. Are you kidding me?
That is a pretty good deal, especially at this level, because a lot of these skaters you will be seeing in a WFTDA league next season. And if not next season, you will see a bunch more coming out. The future of our sport is right here. It's today, and it'll be coming up. Most of these skaters will be moving from these JRDA teams into the WFTDA ranks. So pay attention to where these skaters are going and see how it's going to affect your local WFTDA team. That's why we're so excited to have WFTDA TV here with us today.
Absolutely, and I want to point out on that last jam, more than once there, the pivot, Triple Tech Tiny, Haley Dubinsky, the veteran, several times just one-on-one muscle kind of defense. The kind of veteran defense you would see like for example, with Jacksonville, Taylor Motto, who graduated and is now on the New Jack City Rollers charter. That kind of just muscling defense that comes with a veteran skater that you don't normally see or wouldn't think you would see on the junior level, but now you do. Jammer race once again.
Yeah, I have had the pleasure. There's one of the really cool things about this sport, especially at the junior level, is to watch these skaters as they grow up and develop and they move on. Apollo Anna skated for Tampa.
Right.
And then Anna Chang, and she skated for Tampa, the adult league, and has just this year moved to Atlanta.
Good for Atlanta.
We still love you, Atlanta, but we're not liking that. Darn education. Yeah, she's up there becoming a doctor and stuff, so we have to let her, she's not only is she athletic, but she's brilliant. But she is a product of junior roller derby and what we're all about, along with folks like Tootsie Pop and other. Blue Storm came out of the JRDA program and is now skating for Tampa's Whipped team. So I love being able to watch these young skaters graduate and then calling them as adults as well. So this, if you have not been into Junior Roller Derby Association as of yet, you really need to pay attention to these skaters. The future of roller derby is happening. It's happening now.
Right in front of us. 0-0 jam there, unfortunately. Not what Emerald City needed, but great defense while it lasted. Under 4 minutes to go.
Evan Ponza now trying to fight his way through. No pack called and did not reform fast enough, so I believe that's a failure to
up. 7-11, yep.
Frecklenator now going to the penalty box. 2 Reservoir Dolls in the box. Ponza now trying to take advantage of it. At this point, he's just going to go into it. He's going to keep moving forward, try to keep adding points, but more importantly, keep the clock running unless they want to take this one home.
That dreaded and rarely seen skating out of bounds penalty, unfortunately, that time. He tried to regain position out of bounds, get called on that. So power start forthcoming for Tampa as you hear the excitement continuing on as pretty much
yeah, it's less than 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't want to call it, but pretty much celebratory mood on this side of the track.
Starting to get a little bit loosened up, and Reservoir, and by the same token, Reservoir is starting to get hit with penalties, and a lot of this, some of it's the altitude. Look, you've had a hard-fought game, and this has been a great bout. It's very indicative of the Derby action that you're going to have coming all weekend. I hear they got a close one going on over on the other track as well. Coming up next here, after you go get that special announcement on the WFTDA page, we will have the Attack Pack and Philly right here.
Much needed lead jam by 7-11 Frecklenator. But if they could draw a penalty here, that would be even better. Going for it and continue. Nope, calling it off. Yeah, this open division, talking about the future WFTDA skaters. Of course, we have future MRDA skaters with us. Evan Ponza, Hammer Time, Just in Time for Tampa for one, and Scooby Smack again for the Reservoir Dolls. Actually is progressing. And Lane County Concussion Men's Roller Derby, that is, that you'll be seeing Scooby Smack with. As was pointed out to us, the JRDA Open Division, much in a way, in several ways, like the MRDA, since the MRDA is open now. So you see Derby continuing to progress and evolve, and yes, good point. The MRDA will be benefited by more of these young skaters getting onto the track. So a little over a minute and a half to go. 2:69:118. Team timeout called by the Reservoir Dolls. I want to thank all the vendors and sponsors who are making this event possible. We'll have more on them as the weekend progresses. And, of course, WFTDA.TV for bringing it to you for such a bargain. 5 seconds.
That is a bargain, isn't it? All that derby for $20. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's great to have, not only just because to have the coverage for WFTD TV, but to have Double H here. And there is a Reservoir lead jam. No.
That was a high block, unfortunately, and took a while to recognize that and reach the box. Of course, had to skate all the way around by that point. You can skate any way you want to the box these days, but when you're lead and you don't quite realize it, yeah, it's a bummer.
Minute and a half left to go here in this game. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, watch the clocks on the lower side of your screen there. Not sure if we'll have another jam going on. No real reason for that. But heck of a block on number 7, the jammer, triple check Tiny. Haley Dubinsky, as we brought up. 13 back to play. Psychotic Angel. Most likely skating us out here. Crowd on their feet, no matter who they're cheering for. This has been quite an opener for us. And we are just beginning.
It is just the start of all of this madness that we call Junior Roller Derby here at the Junior Roller Derby Association 2017 Championships at the Ranch Complex in Loveland, Colorado.
Numerous venues in this complex. Certainly an entertainment mecca here in Loveland. About an hour drive from Denver.
Yeah, the way we're set up is really nice because a lot of times when you have 2 tracks, you get bleed with whistles, but there's a hallway between each one, so they're not far away, so we can run back and forth. But it's still to have all the action this close. It's a pretty neat setup. A lot of people that have been out here love this place. 2
points more for Tinkerbomb, who received the star. Tinkerbomb for Tampa, and most likely that'll do it. Unofficial final 271 to 127. We'll have the official total, of course, for you momentarily as soon as we can. Mathematics being what they are, and of course calculators are out. We're checking it out right now. So
yeah, they always have the unofficial because they want to make sure that before it's official that everything is correct. That's the main thing. But it looks like it's 271 to 127. The key to this game, in my opinion, is the Tampa blockers. Both teams went back and forth. That is Frico Suave, by the way, in the Flamingo, Frank Flamingo of it.
I was hoping
Anya Lassner's little brother, Frico Suave. To me, the greatest derby name ever. I just love that name. But it was 271, 127 here in the first game of the 2017 JRDA Championships in Loveland, Colorado. Guys, thank you for listening for us. Make sure you hang out because we got the Attack Pack and Philly coming up next, followed by California Mayhem and River City on this track. And if you don't like that, there's 2 more great ones coming up. Don't forget to check out the WFT live feed for some breaking news coming up involving the WFTDA right after this game.
Indeed.
I'm Albie.
They are setting up right now. Stand by here. We will be back momentarily. But, of course, get to Facebook Live on the WFTDA page right now. Do it.